Hello, everyone. Welcome to this channel. Now, we normally discuss all things finance, but we're flipping the script today to introduce you to my band world. It's not mine, but in my world, band is everything. Okay. I'm normally the quiet one who sits back and watch and observe and let everybody talk about what happened. You have fans for each team, of course, for each band, and they go hard for their band. Okay. Same thing in this case, but the problem that I have, and the reason why I'm speaking out is because this event was not sold out. A lot of people did not show up. Okay. There were spaces throughout the entire state. So for so many people to be critiquing something that they did not attend, first of all, you weren't there. Second of all, the videos are not showing you everything because some people that recorded were on one side. So you cannot see what happened on the other side, nor hear what happened on the other side from a full effect. So here goes. This event was the Band of the Year, first annual, 2023 in Atlanta, Georgia. There were 4 bands that were chosen, 2 from each division, to battle out for the winner of the Band of the Year. Now, there was in Division 1, Jackson State versus North Carolina A&T, and Division 2, Florida Memorial versus Virginia State. This event was a very good event. However, it was horribly planned. So ESPN, you got some work to do. You have some homework to do. You have some research to do because this was not well planned. First thing to point out, a lot of people were talking about how this event was rigged. I agree to this extent. All of the hoopla is about Division 1, Jackson State versus North Carolina A&T. If you hear me say the boom, sonic boom, Jackson, we're talking about Jackson State University. If you hear me say NCAT, I'm talking about North Carolina A&T, for those who aren't fully aware. Jackson State University, the sonic boom, is known for stand battles. There are too many fifth quarters to prove that. Watch them on YouTube. NCAT is known for their field shows. There are too many competitions to prove that. When you say that this event was rigged, here's why I agree on the extent of what these 2 bands are good for, or known for, rather. This event was scored primarily on the field show. Each field show was roughly over 12 minutes. And then one song selection for the stand. Make it make sense. If Jackson State is known for stand and NCAT is known for field shows, why was this event primarily scored on the field show? It rules in favor of a particular band. So to that extent, I agree with you about it being rigged. For this to be a fair competition, you need half and half field show and stand battle. That stand battle needs to be extended to way longer than what it was. That would have been a fair competition. And let's say it would have been a tie because Jackson good at stands and Cat good at field show. How about implementing a parking lot show? Judges, since it was 4 of you, to my knowledge, 2 seats on one side and 2 seats on the other side in that parking lot, and have it set up for them bands to go neck and neck in the parking lot as a tiebreaker. How about that? That would have been a fair competition. That's point number 1. Now, because this event was primarily field show, let's talk about the field show. Jackson State is not the problem. It's the fans of Jackson State. You all have to stop. Look who I go for. This is who I represented. This is who I'm always going for. I had on my Jackson apparel. I ended up on NCAT side, which is why I'm speaking up. I saw NCAT from the right view. Now, a lot of people saw Showtime's video. A lot of people saw all these other videos. Let me tell you, if you are looking at someone's video who was not on the side it was played to, you cannot properly critique NCAT. Now, let's talk about it. NCAT I follow them online, but this is my first time seeing them in person. I was impressed, y'all. I'm a diehard Sonic Boom Jackson State fan. Got apparel of all kinds. I was impressed with NCAT. Listening to them from that side and seeing them, they put on a hell of a show. I see why they are known for field shows. So for everybody who is down in NCAT, if you did not sit over there or if you did not attend the event, you got to stop talking about it. They put on a hell of a show. Now let me tell you why I agree with them winning. A lot of Jackson State Sonic Boom fans are downing NCAT because of their judgment on how the boom is. You cannot judge NCAT based on how Sonic Boom operates. They are a completely different genre. NCAT is different from how Jackson State is. You cannot judge them based on, oh, well, they dance, they stiff, they stand in one place. You cannot do that. That's what Jackson is good for. NCAT don't operate how Jackson operates. So you have to judge the band on what they are good for, not what the other band is good for. So you have to stop right there. Because NCAT do a lot of things that Jackson State don't do. Does that mean Jackson State sucks? No. So stop judging NCAT based on what Jackson does. You have to stop. So stop your arguments right there if you're judging it based off of that. It's not fair. You gotta be fair when you're judging these bands. These bands work too hard for you to judge them based off what another band do or don't do. Now, NCAT. These boys and girls came out, they understood the assignment. Jackson State put on a hell of a show, y'all. I watched Showtime's video of Jackson State. They did phenomenal. Listen, I watched it over and over. I was impressed. I went to Orange Blossom Classic. Was not impressed. And I never say that about Jackson State because I love Jackson. I never once said I did not enjoy Jackson State show. Never said that before until Orange Blossom Classic. But then I found out the whole band wasn't there. Now, if that was correct, the whole band wasn't there. So I had to give some grace. I also had to give grace because it's too early in the season to judge a band coming out together. So they have to work those shows, okay? They blew my mind when I saw them perform on the field. They blew my mind. So you ask, well, why did you go with NCAT? NCAT brought more than Jackson did. Stop before you start running my head off. This is what I mean. Jackson came with what they do best. They did the darn thing. NCAT came with the girl. They had their dance feature. So did Jackson have their dance feature. And if you're judging based off the dance feature, Jackson girls took the cake. But what Jackson did not bring that NCAT also brought was flags. And they killed the flags. They brought the dance ribbon, and that girl killed that dance ribbon. They brought batons, and they killed that. They brought so much more from the dancers that Jackson did not bring. Who do you think won that category? It's a field show, people. You can't just rely on the dancers. Again, J-Sets did their thing, y'all. They was fire. But NCAT brought more from their dancers. They had so much going on the field, and it was good. It ain't like it was good, y'all. So guess who won that category? Now, NCAT brought a drum feature. Jackson didn't have that. So that's another thing that they brought on top of the baton, the ribbon. The girls even had wings. The girls had so much. So that's another thing. Now, the color. NCAT was very colorful. That's one thing that Jackson did not have. Literally and not literally. Literally, when them girls came out in pink, I was like, I asked my buddy next to him, I said, why them girls got on pink? In my mind, I'm thinking they look tacky initially. And I'm like, why they got on pink? They not matching with the band, because we used to the J sets matching the band, right? For the most part. Even when they switch up their colors, it's still in alignment with the color scheme of the band. So I'm used to dancers matching the band. When these girls came out with the pink, I said, what the hell? Why they got on this pink? And then I thought to myself, they probably are matching the flags. As soon as those flags went up in the air, I said, they look so good. Oh, they look good. They look good. They came with it. They had the theatrics. They had the drama. They had, they looked good. Not only did they have that pink with the pink flag, they came out with a different set of flags and another set of outfits. They had color all over that field. This is a field show, y'all. The people want to see something. What are you going to show? This is why they had an advantage over Jackson. They had so much color, so much visuals. It's a field show. That's what you have to understand. It's not about musicality. It's a field show. So if you have auxiliaries, use them auxiliaries to bring the show. Field show. What are you showing the people? It's not just about musicality. If it was, Jackson would have took the cake. But it's a field show. Mind you, if it was a HBCU swag field show, Jackson would have had it. But it wasn't. That's not what it was. It's a band of the year field show. So you got to look at it from a whole. You got to come out of the swag and think band as a whole, field show. And that's why NCAT was able to, it was a sweep, because they used those auxiliaries and they pushed that show. Not only that, the band itself, the musicians, they put on a show. They danced their butt off. From in person, I'm telling you, they danced their butt off. They did. And they sounded darn good. They really did, y'all. So everybody talking about the arrangement sucked, that y'all are coming from y'all feelings and emotions. I promise you, they sounded so good. And they put on a show, and they had their auxiliaries bringing the visuals and the dramatics and it was good, y'all. I will be going to some more in-person events from NCAT to see them more in person, because I was impressed. I left saying this is going to be a hard decision. Even though I did not see Sonic Boom from their side, I knew Sonic Boom did good, because I know how they operate. And when I went back and watched the clip, I said, oh my God, it's going to be a tough decision. But when you see what NCAT brought, it was easy to determine that they could have announced that night that NCAT was the winner, just because of the show itself. If both bands sound good, both bands got good dancers, both bands brought the drill and the ballad, and both bands brought a show, what does one band have over the other? NCAT had the visuals, they had the dramatics, they had the auxiliaries doing what they were supposed to do to bring the show and make it pop. That's why NCAT won that competition. Y'all gotta stop downing NCAT. This is going to brew a new rivalry situationship between NCAT and Jackson. Jackson, y'all gotta tell the truth, man. I'm telling you, I love the Boom. I follow the Boom like crazy. Listen, my significant other can tell you the girl loves the Boom, okay? People from the Boom will be like, yo, you never went to the Boom. I know, I'm a Floridian. I grew up in Florida thinking that FAMU was the best band in the land, and when I bumped into Sonic Boom, it opened up my world to a whole nother level of band. I love Sonic Boom. Y'all listen to me. So this review is totally unbiased. That's how you know I'm coming with the truth. If you were there and you sat on NCAT's side, you will see what I'm talking about. They did the darn thing. They won field show fair and square. And that's it. They understood the assignment. I'm not going to say Jackson State because I love them. I'm going to say NCAT because that's the truth. And if you listen to anything I said, you will see, okay, yeah, I see what she's talking about. Y'all know NCAT good for field shows. That's for real. Get out of your feelings and really look at what it really is. NCAT, they're known for field shows. That's what they're freaking good at. Jackson, I love y'all. I always will. And that's the review, y'all. ESPN, do better. Because that was poorly planned. And y'all want to kick them out? How you gonna kick out the bands? But I have to digress because the bands did agree to one song per band in the stand. So I digress. And when you watch Showtime's video, you'll see the lights flickering on and off. When Jackson started to play that second song, they were trying to tell us to get out. I thought it was even over because I left after the last band played, knowing they wasn't going to announce it till the next day, which was absolutely stupid. That's another thing ESPN messed up on. How you going to announce it the next day when half the bands wasn't going to be there? And even if they decided to be there, that's not how competitions go. You don't wait till the next day for a completely different event. I see if it was a part 2 where all the bands were definitely coming back. Okay, fine. But you don't wait for a whole different event to go and announce the winner of the competition. Them people wasn't planning on staying. They were going home because they didn't need to be at the Celebration Bowl. You don't do that. Totally unprofessional. ESPN, do better. Please do better. That one. That's that bull crap. I feel for the bands and the band directors, for those who did stay for the sake of listening. But you know what? Thank you for giving those bands that money. For those who won there, they got a couple G's. I appreciate that. For the taking the time out, for working hard throughout the season, they did the darn thing. Another thing I gotta mention outside of the two that I've been discussing. Virginia State, honest review. They put us to sleep. And I know they work hard. They did the darn thing. But the video that I saw from Showtime, it made them look better than actually how it was. We were not pleased. They did not catch the audience. There were no songs being sung. You know how when the bands play, they play songs that the crowds know and love. The crowds weren't singing with them. It was dead. A lot of people were wondering how in the hell did they make it to this event? Even I wondered that. I'm sorry, it's honest. And they tried so hard to hype up the crowd. The drum major at the end, he got up on the ladder, but before he got up on the ladder, he was like, trying to get the crowd hyped. Because they played our side to NCAT side, and they were trying to get the crowd hyped. He was trying to get the crowd hyped. He got up on the ladder, and he was trying to, and the people wouldn't budge. And in my heart, I was like, I wish the people would have, at least cheered them on, because people weren't there. Their people did not show, and those babies worked hard. I'm all for supporting the babies. I'm all for it, because they work hard, y'all, and they did. You could tell they worked hard, and they was trying so hard to get the crowd going, but the crowd was dead when it came to watching them. And they went first. They went first against Florida Memorial. I was in Miami for 8 years, y'all, to get all my degrees, certificates, and stuff like that. So I'm familiar with Florida Memorial. So if I say FLOMO, I'm talking about Florida Memorial. And when I found out they came out with the band, I was happy. But my first year hearing them, I was like, oh no. But with them being a relatively new band and hearing them today versus when they first came out, I am so proud of those babies. And they are going in the right direction. They played the Jackson side. I watched their show. They understood the assignment. And when they played Outstanding by the Gap Band in the stands, I said, oh my God, y'all better play. Y'all better play. Look here, they are going in the right direction. To be a relatively new band, they're going in the right direction. I'm so proud of them. And if you go through the different videos, you'll see people, every now and then you'll see Florida Memorial, and the people are congratulating them. They did really good. Not too many people are talking about Virginia State for the exact same thing I just said. It's just the truth. Nobody's talking about them. Florida Memorial, so proud of y'all. I'm so proud of y'all. So the two bands I went to see, I was not on their side. But I am grateful that I ended up on NCAT side because I needed to see what I saw. And I needed to see these reviews that came afterwards so I could set the record straight because I was there and I watched all the videos. And I'm telling you, NCAT won that field show. So get out your feelings. Don't come on here bashing me because I'm telling you the truth and I was there. Don't do that, okay? This is my honest review. And you won't see me again unless it's requested of me or until I feel like speaking out. So until then, I enjoy the boom. I love the boom. The Sonic boom. Hey, 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 hey. Bye, y'all. Until next time. Zeus. The I love. The I love. Hey. Bye.